What it do, guys? Manjoume here, and today we're checking out the new legendary Marvel deck building game expansion, Midnight Suns. Now this thing just came out, and by the way, I do have an extra one for a giveaway. At some point we did finally do the giveaway for X-Men. That went into the mail on Friday, so hopefully they'll be getting it as a recording the following Monday. And check out, we will have other giveaways very similar, though not to the scope of X-Men, just because it ain't cheap. Here we look at the front of the box, we see, I think, Lilith, some demons, and Blade once again. He was in Marvel Knights, or he's on the team Marvel Knights, but I think he was in Dark City. I think the first expansion. You see Morbius in the Blade, as is Werewolf by Night. So I'm really excited to add them, especially because we have movies based on them, or movie specials that include them. So we can actually do a Werewolf by Night, sorta, kinda, because we have Elsa Bloodstone, we have him now, which was important, and Man-Thing, so that's 3 already for a solo game. Morbius, we have him. There wasn't really enough to go off of in that one. On the side, we see some bad guys. The other side, we see the same deal. On the back, vampirism, lycanthropy, and unholy possession, afflictions that can turn anyone into an embodiment of pure evil. Well, almost anybody. This exciting expansion for a legendary and Marvel deck building game welcomes the Midnight Suns, a team of superheroes almost as forsaken as the dead and unholy foes they face. Adventure into the dark, dreadful, and terrifying territories of the Marvel Universe in this new expansion, Legendary Midnight Suns. This 100-card expansion introduces all new heroes, villains, masterminds, and schemes, so you can join Blade, Morbius, and the rest of the Midnight Suns on the road to redemption as they battle the forces of darkness, such as Lilith and her prodigy, the Lilin. Fight fire with fire. It includes 100 playable cards, 5 heroes, 2 masterminds and villain groups, and a rule sheet. So let's open it up. And I know there's at least one new mechanic and one returning mechanic. So let's take a look at the included. Oh no, there's more than one. Okay. So first off, we have Blood Frenzy. Blood Frenzy means you get +1 attack for each different victory point value you have among cards in your victory pile. I think if it doesn't have any, it counts as a 0. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, if it doesn't say, it counts as a 0, which is a number toward your count. That's really cool and important for the, plus values. Hunt for victims. I actually don't know what that means. Some sadistic villains say ambush, hunt for victims. This means KO a bystander that is captured by a villain or mastermind or in the escape pile. If you can't, then this captures a bystander instead. So that's not too bad. As long as you don't get too many of these, you can, kind of hold it back. But if a lot of them have it, one comes in, it didn't meet the requirement, so they took one. Next one comes in, oh hey, this one has one. And then, that one gets hunted. Then we have Haunt. This means tuck this villain beneath that hero, haunting it, so you can see the villain's name. Players can't recruit the haunted hero while the haunting villain is under it. Instead, a player can spend attack equal to the haunted hero's cost to exorcise that haunted hero. If player does, they either KO the haunted hero, ambush someone, ambush, hunt the rightmost unhaunted hero in the HQ. So this would be the HQ. And you would spend attack equal to the haunted player's cost to exercise it. And if you do, you either KO it or choose a player to gain it. So you still get it in some way, you just have to use a different currency to get to that point, which is pretty cool. I know returning is, Moonlight and Sunlight and Patrol, which we've seen in prior sets, so we're not going to spend too much time on them because we have plenty to go. Oh, okay, so there's one spoiler there for what's going to happen. Alright, so first off we have Vengeance of the Bloodstone Gem, Elsa Bloodstone, the rare. She is a Marvel Knight, instinct character, 8 cost, 0 stars, 4 attack, patrol any city space, If it's empty, you get the printed star and attack of the hero in the HQ space under that city space. Pretty good, and you more than likely can make some pretty good use out of that. If you've played 2 Marvel Knights before, you get Blood Frenzy, so you get +1 attack for each different victory point value card in your victory pile. Could go up pretty well. So you get that in addition to that, so it'll stack up. Stalk the Night Stalkers. That actually is kind of interesting. Silver Bullets. This is one of the commons. Axe of the Slayer, which I think is just, a regular guitar. Just right there. Here he is. Werewolf by Night, Track the Captives. 7 cost. It's another instinct card. 5+ attack. Moonlight. Whenever you defeat a villain or mastermind this turn, you may rescue a bystander or gain a hero from the HQ or sidekick deck whose cost is less than that enemy's attack. If you played yellow, +2 attack. Release the Beast. It's kind of cool. Snarling Fangs. Then we have Starlit Path, which I think actually sounds kind of cool. From meme to reality, we have Morbius's rare. It's Morbin time. 7 cost. Oh, right. And he was also a Marvel Knight. He's a Marvel Knight. He's actually covert. 3 attack. If you played a red before, he has Blood Frenzy, drawing that many cards instead of gaining attack. So it would just be if you have a 3 and a 0, you would just draw 2 cards. So effectively, you could just extend your plays even more. So I don't hate it. It's interesting. Can't wait to try it. Scalded by Sunlight. Wow, this is a common, but it has 5 cost, which is crazy. We have Insatiable Cravings. Mesmerize. Now we see Blade Daywalker. So much like Elsa, we already had one before, and we had one of these before in Dark City. But now this is like the upgraded version or like a new version. 7 cost. He's strength, and of course he's another Marvel Knight. 4+ attack. Sunlight, you get +2 attack, and you may put a hero from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck. So you get to manipulate it and maybe make it not Sunlight anymore, because you're going to go for Moonlight, where he has Blood Frenzy, which, you're guaranteed 2 on Sunlight, but with Blood Frenzy, you could get way beyond that. Maybe not too much, but it would be more. That's for sure. Hunt High and Low, the uncommon. Ride by Moonlight. Where Monsters Lurk. Then the one that I was most surprised by, and I mean, this does mean I'm going to have to redo at least 2 of the videos that we've already done. It is Wong, a master of the mystic arts. Because of this, we're probably going to redo Doctor Strange 1 at least. Maybe number 2. Maybe more. Probably more. Well, we'll see. His rare, range, Marvel Knights, 8 cost, 6+ attack, which is crazy. Once this turn, you may fight the top card of the bystander stack as if it were a 4 attack Darkhold Demon with fight. KO up to 2 of your heroes. Rescue this card as a bystander. Sunlight, get 2 more attacks. So this could just have 8 attack by himself. That is pretty strong. Seal the Rift. Searing Shards of Sunlight. A cheaper common at 2. Bridge Between Dimensions. Let's take a look at the masterminds. We have Lilith, Mother of Demons. 6 victory points, so that's going to count toward the Blood Frenzy. 8+ attack gets +1 for each bystander in the KO pile. Always leads the Lilin. Master Strike. She hunts for victims. If she KOs a bystander this way, each player gains a wound. Then her Epic Side, +2 for each bystander. And then if she KOs a bystander, each player gains a wound on top of their deck. So you would get it right away on the Epic Side. Respawn Demonic Offspring. Mesopotamian Demon Goddess. Offer of Corruption. Connoisseur of Souls. Next mastermind is Zorathos. Leads the Fallen. 7 attack, 6 victory points. Master Strike. If any heroes in the HQ are haunted, each player gains a wound. Then, if he's not already haunting, he haunts the highest cost unhaunted hero in the HQ. The epic version has 9 attack. And let's see. If he's not already haunting, he haunts the highest cost unhaunted hero in the HQ, then reveal the top card of the villain deck if it's a villain. It haunts the highest cost unhaunted hero. So he haunts one, and then another thing will probably go in and haunt as well. Next up, we have Eruption of Hellfire, Corrupted Spirit of Vengeance, Imprison in the Soul Crystal, Demonic Essence of Ghost Rider. Well, there you go. First villain group we have is The Fallen, Salem, Sorceress Supreme. Oh man. Metarchus. This looks familiar. I don't know why. Patriarch. 3 of those. I guess he just comes back a bunch. Then Atrocity. Then we have the Lilin. We have Blackout. Sister Nil, which I think is her. Okay, there's just the one. Skinner. Meat Market, which is a great name for a bad guy like this. Then Outcast. Ritual Sacrifice to summon Chthon. 6 twists. +1 per player. Add Lilin as an extra villain group. If using Lilith, use 1 twist total and still use an extra villain group. Twist 1 to 4. A villain or mastermind hunts for victims. Oh, is that because that's what she does, so it'd be way too much? I guess that would be a lot. Twist 5 to 11. The mastermind hunts for victims. Special rules: when 5 bystander in the KO pile, shuffle all twists from the KO pile back into the villain deck. The scheme transforms into Great Old One Chthon. Flip it over, then KO all other masterminds in remaining tech. Oh dear. Oh goodness, I did not even know that was there. Okay. 27. Master Strike or Twist. Destroy the current player. Shuffle this strike back into the villain deck. Oh. He wins when all players are destroyed. Oh, this card can only start the game on the other side. Wow, I guess it would be Lilith, I suppose, but man, that's something. Wow, okay. Midnight Massacre, 11 twists. Add all 14 cards for any Blade hero to the villain deck. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I guess you can either use this one or you can get the old one and throw it in, so you can kind of have him exist in the game on both sides. That's fun. Special rules: Blade heroes in the villain deck in City are demonically possessed Switchblade. Oh, that's a fun name. Villains with attack equal to their printed cost. Their only abilities are Sunlight. To fight this, you must also spend 3 stars. Moonlight, Blood Frenzy. Fight, either KO this card or choose a player to gain it as a hero. Twist: for each Switchblade villain in the city and or escape pile, KO the top 3 cards of the hero deck, no matter how many there are. Play another card from the villain deck. Evil wins when the hero or villain deck runs out. I guess I could be either one. I'm not too sure. I'm going to say right now her, but it could be here. Not sure. Wager: add Blackjack for hero souls. 11 twists, add 2 extra heroes. That's kind of cool. Reveal cards from the hero deck, adding up their total cost until you stop and your total exceeds 21. If your total exceeds 21, you bust, and the mastermind wins a wager. If you didn't bust, then do the same thing for the mastermind, stopping as soon as your total is at least 17. If their total exceeds 21, then they bust and you win. If no one busts, then you win the wager if your total is higher. If the mastermind's total is equal or higher, they win. If you win, you may gain one of the selected heroes that cost 6 or less. If the mastermind wins, stack one of the revealed heroes next to the scheme as a wagered soul. Either way, put the rest at the bottom of the hero deck in a random order. Evil wins when there are 4 wagered souls. So Ghost Rider souls, that kind of sort of makes sense to me. Sire Vampires at the Blood Bank. 10 twists. Add 1 extra henchman group of 10 cards as Vampire Neonates. Put the scheme above the bank to mark it as the Blood Bank. Special rules: all Vampire Neonates also have Blood Frenzy. While in the Blood Bank, they have double Blood Frenzy. Twist: if there is a villain in the Blood Bank, stack a card from the bystander stack next to the scheme as a Vampire Thrall. Otherwise, move a villain from another city's base to the Blood Bank. Either way, play another card from the villain deck. Evil wins when there are 5 vampire thralls or the villain deck runs out. Wow, okay. Gonna go ahead and give it to him. How do you guys think that the schemes should be divvied up? Is that about right, do you think? I'm excited to try this because it seems like a lot of fun mechanics that we don't necessarily have a whole bunch of. Excited to get more moonlight, sunlight. That seems super fun. Patrolling the cities is always a fun one. Not usually super great, but I'm excited for some of these. Some of these are really cool looking. The art's just amazing, and even though we had a meme, I think my favorite one is probably the fact that Wong, deservingly so, has his own hero group now. So I appreciate that the most. After that, it's probably Werewolf, then Morbius, just to get something different, and then kind of 2 upgraded or 2 retrains of Blade and Elsa. If you want to stay up to date with my videos and live streams, both YouTube and Twitch, check out links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe, and consider joining. That's all for now, guys. Manjoume out. Be sure to do that because we'll be giving away a sealed copy of this one that we just opened in what will most likely be a gameplay video of either this or one of the Doctor Strange ones that we redo. Actually, maybe even a Werewolf by Night inspired game of a legendary Marvel deck building game.